Out of Tehran, a fire at Iran's Natanz nuclear facility site resulted in significant damage, impacting both the construction and development of the country's advanced nuclear program. Officials confirmed Sunday, contradicting previous claims that the impact from last week's blaze had been limited. Yeah, they were making it was like no big deal last week. Now all of a sudden, it's serious. Well, anything having to do with the word nuclear is effing serious, okay? As we know from Chernobyl. It remains unclear what exactly started the fire at the complex, considered Iran's largest uranium enrichment facility and located 150 miles south of the capital, Tehran. And analysts believe that the site is used to develop and assemble centrifuges for uranium enrichment, key technology that turns uranium into nuclear fuel. A spokesman for the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran said Sunday that while there were no human casualties in the fire that struck the facility Thursday, the financial losses were significant. The incident has not slowed the nuclear enrichment work at Natanz, but it did impact the construction and development of some advanced machines in the medium term. He said in an interview with the state-run IRNA News that the shed, which was impacted, housed various tools and precise measuring equipment that have been permanently destroyed. The governor of Natanz said the fire only damaged a building under construction within the complex and did not affect the main area of the nuclear facility, according to semi-official news agency in the state. The fire at the Natanz is one of several unusual incidences that have occurred throughout Iran in recent weeks. Yeah, this isn't the first time they've had issues with the word nuke in it. A major explosion was reported on the outskirts of Tehran near the town of Parchin and a military facility last month. Iranian state media reported another blast took place at the Zargan power plant in Avaz, a city southwest in Iran, on Saturday. And a few hours later, a chlorine gas leak sickened dozens at a petrochemical complex in southeast Iran. Okay, so it didn't have to do with nukes. My apologies. I was misinformed, but clearly many explosions are happening around Iran. The timing of these has fueled speculation that one of Iran's adversaries might be to blame, including Israel. That's very concerning, which has used covert operations to target Iran's nuclear program in previous years. Experts believe Israel and the United States were responsible for deploying a complex computer virus called Stuxnet. I know I probably hacked that destroyed centrifuges at Natanz about a decade ago. A prominent Israeli strategic analyst said the country should be prepared for the possibility of an Iranian reaction despite efforts by Israel's defense minister to downplay the country's involvement in the incidents, although over the weekend I read that they were claiming responsibility. Who freaking knows, dude? You read something and you think you know what's going on, and then you read something else and you're like, I don't know. Not every event that happens inside Iran is necessarily connected to us, says the Prime Minister during an interview on Israeli radio Sunday morning. Official Iranian media outlets have warned that Iran would respond if it deemed the incidents were the result of an attack. And Yavlin said that could come in the form of a cyber attack, the firing of missiles from Iranian proxy forces in Iran, or an attack outside Israel's borders altogether. Asked about the incidents on Thursday, Benjamin Netanyahu said at a press conference, "I won't refer to these issues." Ugh. I won't refer to these issues. I'm too good. That means I'm too good to respond to them. Ugh. Iranian authorities claim they have identified the main cause of the fire, but had decided not to announce the findings publicly for security concerns. I'm still on that dude, putting his freaking nose up in the air about it. The series of incidents comes almost exactly a year after Iran announced it would start enriching uranium at higher levels and in greater quantities than agreed in the 2015 nuclear deal. We're not surprised by any of that. Do these dudes really need to be enriching uranium? Does anyone at this point? Can anyone be trusted with this shit? I don't know. Just saying. Last month, the IAEA Board of Governors, which is the International Atomic Energy Agency, accused Iran of concealing portions of its nuclear program in violation of Tehran's international agreements. The agency said Iran had refused to allow inspectors to visit 2 locations and was not forthcoming in answering questions related to possible undeclared nuclear material. Well, I say that's insane. I mean, they should be held accountable, right? The IAEA inspectors are present on a regular basis at that location, so that kind of makes me feel a little bit better about it. Israel is blamed for the explosion at Iran nuclear nuclear site, says another report. And if I'd quit getting a pop-up, that'd be nice. The IRGC member told the New York Times that the possibility a cyber attack was behind the incident has been ruled out. So they're looking really hard at Israel. Israel was behind an explosion and fire at Iran's Natanz nuclear complex caused by a powerful bomb. A Middle Eastern intelligence official with knowledge of the incident told New York Times on Monday, that's today. A member of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps confirmed to the Times that an explosive was used in the incident as well. Both officials spoke on condition of anonymity. Israel has worked to disrupt Iran's nuclear program in the past, including the Stuxnet cyber attack discovered in 2010, which I just told you about. The IRGC told the Times that the possibility that a cyber attack was behind the incident has been ruled out. So those nuke dudes that hang out says it was definitely like a bomb or something like that. Former top Mossad official Haim Tomer said on Monday that he was not aware of Israel being responsible for the explosion at Natanz, although the substantial damage caused in the incident showed that there's an operational capability here. Responding to question about whether the recent extension of Mossad Chief Yossi Cohen's term had anything to do with the incidents Iran, Tomer stated that he leaned towards saying that it was not connected. Anyone that knows Yossi and the Mossad a little estimated in recent months that his term would be extended. In response to questions concerning the incident, another foreign minister stated at the online conference in the Jerusalem Post, we take actions that are better left unsaid. Wow. Somebody's talking. Netanyahu. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Benny Gantz told Army Radio not every incident that transpires in Iran necessarily has something to do with us. So there's playing the fence. Teeter-totter, teeter-totter. Come on. Well, somebody effing did it. Just say who did it. You know, usually when there's an attack like that, somebody's like taking the claim immediately. We did it, dude. What are you going to do about it? Well, anyway, there's a lot more to this, and I'm sure this will be a continuing story. I'm going to link this. There's 2 stories to this in one video here tonight. I'm linking them both at bizarrebus.com.